All right, everyone. Here we are with ticker symbol HYLN, Hyliion Holdings Corp, previously known as Tortoise Acquisition, trading under the ticker symbol SHLL. To all my first-time viewers and investors, welcome to my channel, and to all my subscribers, welcome back. So, Hyliion has actually had a bearish run for some time. We've been comparing numbers as this has reacted from previous lows. Every time it's broken through it, and the lowest point that it reached in this bearish run, which is very interesting and a very important support level right now, is $20.43. I'd write that down and keep that in mind for the days to come and also weeks to come. This is the lowest point. If that gets broken through, then we would have to analyze back again the lowest points that could happen based off of breaking through this and pulling away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction. But right now, this is the lowest point, and it has slightly risen back up and broken through resistance. Now, there was a quick rejection there, right? Which it also got rejected slightly above that earlier in the day, but the bulls are actually gaining some traction. Now, they need to continue to work their way up to newer highs, to continue to work their way up in this direction, to cross the 50-day moving average and get back into bullish territory. That's their goal, and that's the whole point of this momentum. Now, something that I find interesting is volume. Volume is a little bit low here. It's only 3 million in volume. It might seem like a lot, but that's really low volume compared to what it has traded for before and what a lot of ticker symbols that are right now in the hype and in the midst of obviously the market are trading anywhere from 20 million to 50 million, and the ones that are really catching people's attention are trading from 60 million upwards to 200 million. So 3 million is pretty low. Now, one thing I am seeing is the inflow was probably a little bit more than the outflow, but just a tad bit. And to that extent, you could see this slight rise towards the last couple hours of the day. Now, for tomorrow and the remainder of this week, for that momentum to continue, more stocks need to continue to be bought by the bulls to bring this one back up. And that's not just going to happen on its own. There has to be some news, some type of innovation that is motivating investors, and so forth. Now, this resistance level has slightly been broken through. It has not been proven yet and broken away from completely. This candlestick is the only one slightly above it and working its way up. This needs to continue to another candlestick and be above this resistance level and continuing to level off to create that staircase effect and get over the 50-day moving average. So it's super important to keep that in mind. Another thing too, this resistance level, there was a rejection here twice in the day, 2 times in the day. 1 and 2 times it got rejected as it was going down. So it tried getting up there, rejected, went down. Tried going up there, rejected, and down. And when it broke through it, it got rejected quickly after, right here by the bears, and then there's just some slight momentum here. I know it looks like it's momentum that started from here, but actually that is more of like momentum that came up, leveled off, and now it's just slightly rising. Now the question is, could the bulls continue to bring it up? That's what we're going to see, and we're going to look at our new resistance levels and our new support levels. So let's go ahead and move our resistance to its new location, highest point reached in the last couple of hours, and also the lowest point before this run. Super important. Keep in mind, all investors and every viewer, 2043, keep that in mind. That's the lowest point reached in the bearish run, and we have to monitor that number tremendously if it starts heading that way, because we're pretty close to it when it comes to our support and where we're currently at. We're literally almost $1 away. So the 50-day moving average, 50-day moving average is 2191. Super important. When we're below it, the bears are in control. The moment we're above it, the bulls are in control. So keep that in mind. Right now, the bears are dominating and the bulls are trying to work their way up. For the bulls to get closer to their goal and actually break through the 50-day moving average, which is 21.91, they need to break through the first resistance level, and that's 21.69. They need to turn 21.69 into a support and break away from it to then cross the 50-day moving average and get back into bullish territory. Once they get back into bullish territory, their point of the whole entire goal is to reach the next resistance level, and by doing so, they can go ahead and pull away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction. And that next resistance level would be up here at 22.40. But before getting there and even breaking through the 50-day moving average, the bulls need to break through 21.69, turn that into a support, and start to reach newer highs and newer levels of resistance. On the other hand, we have what the bears want. The bears want to go ahead and pull this away. We're currently in bearish territory since the slight uptick right here, right, of volume, and also the bulls bringing this up. It started to fall, and since the 23rd, we have been in bearish territory. Obviously, it started on the 23rd and it led towards the beginning of this week, and then the bulls have been fighting to try to bring themselves up. And this is just a slight recovery. And if the bulls can't hold it up and continue to work their way in this direction, the bears are going to do everything they can to bring this down to the support. And that support level is 20.59. That's the lowest point before this slight momentum here. If 20.59 does get broken through, I suggest paying very close attention to the stock. How is it acting? Look at the volume. Look at the inflow, the outflow. Put your 1 minute, your 5 minute, your 15-minute chart frames. Look at who is dominating the chart and how quickly is it moving to newer lows, pulling away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction, or are the bulls trying to reappear and bring this one back up? Super important to keep that in mind. But pay very close attention to how this stock reacts if it breaks through 20.59, because we're already in bearish territory, and that just means that the bears are pulling this further away from the 50-day moving average, getting deeper into bearish territory and further down. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit that like button so that you can let me know you watched this video. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video. In that video, I'll be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points. It's rising up several points on scheduled dates. On those scheduled dates, the charts are speaking for themselves. I show the dates, I show the charts. You can see how the S&P 500 index is rising, and what does that mean for us as investors? Well, the S&P 500 index is rising several points. Well, there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it. They're rising anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but per share that does add up. You have to check out the video. It's very informative. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm not guaranteeing you profits. It's just some information to enlighten investors on something a lot of people are overlooking and unaware of, and the charts and the dates speak for themselves. I hope you guys find that video helpful and informative, and thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.